everyone, I'm Demi and welcome to the first episode of Paytaka Talks. So I have here with me guys from Paytaka, Jomar and Aaron.
Hi, Demi.
Hi and thank you.
Oh, finally,
Thank you for being here.
Finally,
Yes,
first
finally.
episode na natin.
Yes, and I'm sure everyone would like to know more about Paytaka.
Yes, that's the reason why we're here.
Yes. And first off, of course, I think everyone would like to ask, why Paytaka?
Yes, actually, Paytaka, no, it's a derivation no, from a Waray, or a Filipino word. That's wallet. It's a pitaka. No, and Jomar had a clever idea of using that. And actually, it's also like a Bisaya, Cebuano statement for babayaran taka or pay taka.
I'll pay you.
Oo. So, I'll pay you. So, marami siyang ano eh. But it's basically an e-wallet. So, yun. May sinasabi ka kanina eh.
Yes, what does it mean? I think you want to
May
say
sinabi ka
more.
kanina when it came out.
Pitaka, that's the Filipino word.
Yes.
Right? And our wallet is Paytaka, so it emphasizes that this is about payment. So it's a crypto wallet that is meant for payment and commerce, trade. But there's actually a backstory behind.
Di ba you told me?
Maybe it's a personal thing. I have some creative sparks when I take a dump.
Like what we all
Can
do.
you relate?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
It happens
think
to
of
me
a
a
lot
lot.
of things,
Like
ano?
bright ideas come up when I take a dump. And so the name Paytaka is one of them. Like suddenly I thought, wow, it's a good brand, right? Paytaka for a wallet.
It's a wordplay.
Yeah.
And I heard that you started way back 2018. So what happened between?
Yes. Actually, we launched the app. The company was founded in 2017? 2018.
2018.
It was
Yeah.
also in 2018 when the company was founded, and then we launched the app. It was launched around the mid of 2018. Originally, the wallet was supposed to carry our own type of coin.
It wasn't a crypto wallet.
It was originally, we wanted to compete with other e-wallets out there in the market. The more famous under mga
That we
mobile,
have right now.
yes, the mobile phone wallets. But one of our edges at that time was you can use Paytaka offline. So that was one of our unique edges against the other wallets. The others were what you call that, dependent on network or dependent on internet. But
Cannot
Paytaka,
use it without
yes,
internet.
but Paytaka you can use it. It was technically a wallet. You can use it even without
Anytime,
internet.
anywhere.
Yes, so it was the purpose was to reach mga far-flung barangays, remote areas, to introduce them to digitization, because the other famous e-wallet, some provinces cannot use it, especially if there's no signal. So we wanted to kind of compete with that. And then, that was
the original idea.
That was way back in 2018. In 2019, we already had a lot of merchants on board that subscribed to Paytaka, but we focused mainly in Tacloban City here in Eastern Visayas. Unfortunately, we met with a speed bump because, of course, it was an e-wallet and we were handling. It was a fintech product. We were handling money, so we had to be accredited by the Bangko Sentral of Pilipinas, and BSP, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, or the Philippine Central Bank. And Jomar, what happened? Because you found out that
Yeah, so if you want to introduce an e-wallet product to the market, the company is basically treated like a bank. So because you are creating an electronic version of the currency of pesos. And banks are super regulated. The banking industry is super highly regulated. So, and among the regulatory requirements is high capitalization requirement. and that is too much for
which we
a
didn't
startup
have.
company. So yeah, we had to stall the development and think of ways on how we can realize our goals
Yes, and
without going through the same path.
I think it was like a blessing in disguise because a couple of months after, in 2020, March 2020 came, which was, as we all know, started the pandemic. So definitely we could not go around and promote the wallet anymore. So it was really railroaded. The whole project was put on hold. But to be able to continue and to continue with the company, we had to create a product, new product that would be useful for the pandemic. That's why we created an app called Connecta.
Connect.
Yes, Connecta is it's an ordering and delivery app.
Service.
Yes, it's like another famous ride delivery service, the animal, the pink animal, that one.
That makes ordering online convenient.
Yes, it was. But the advantage of our app was you did not need to download it. It was installed in the Facebook page of the merchant. So basically, if you subscribe to us, to Connecta, we'll install the app inside your Facebook page. So one of the advantages that is you can promote your page, and then your followers can order directly on your page. They don't need to download an app.
Another app.
They don't need to
And
go
then
to
search for your
yes.
name.
They don't need to do that. They just go to your page on Facebook, and then they just
Click
message it.
Connecta.
Click on click on the message, and then in the message, the what you call that?
Menu.
Not menu.
The window.
The window. There's a little
Button.
button that you click.
Icon.
Yes, a view menu, and then it will come out automatically. And then you can order whatever food, services, add to cart, and then have it delivered straight to you.
So actually, even around the time that we thought about Connecta, we were already working on like a second version of our wallet.
Yes.
But I knew that it's going to take some time because we are going to use crypto instead of developing an electronic money system. So, in other words, we are going to try this new thing called cryptocurrency to probably help us reach the same goals that we had before for the wallet. But for the meantime, at that time, we were so keen on coming up with a product ahead of the wallet because the wallet will take some time. That's why we came up with this idea about this delivery service. But later on, like fast forward several months later, we realized that this could actually be part of a holistic offering. Like you have the wallet, you have the delivery system, and many other things that can be tied up together in order to promote the use of cryptocurrency.
With the pandemic that extended from basically we did not know when it will end or what will happen, so it really took longer than expected. And then I think Jomar got addicted to cryptocurrency, and then he got this bright idea of remodeling the wallet. Instead of an e-wallet, he wanted it to be a crypto wallet. And it was also a way to go around the accreditation of the BSP, the Bangko Sentral, because
it's
apparently
a developing story actually. There's no definite answer now. I don't think even the lawyers can provide a definite answer because it's a how should I say, it's a fast developing story. I'm talking about how governments are regulating cryptocurrencies. So remember when we launched our first wallet, our biggest hurdle is regulation. Like there's just no way for a startup company to comply with the requirements. So actually, when we pivoted to cryptocurrency, there is also like some regulatory issues that we have to get around with. But at least for cryptocurrency, it's beginning to become more clear that governments will have in some way or another open up to innovation in this space. So for example, in Europe, there is there's a more advanced development there regarding regulation where they'll most likely not require private or unhosted wallets from requiring KYC, you know, the know your customer. Yeah, like you have to submit your ID, right, for the typical e-wallets. But for crypto wallets that are unhosted, meaning self-custody wallets, like what Paytaka is, lawmakers in Europe are starting to have a hands-off attitude, shall we say. Like, we cannot really and we should not really regulate unhosted wallets because otherwise it will kill the innovation that is happening in the crypto space. Yeah. So it's also a regulatory problem, but at least there's some hope that we could get there without so much friction eventually, or that's what we hope.
I see, sir. So with all these challenges, can you tell us more? Why would we choose to download Paytaka with crypto?
Why crypto?
Why crypto?
Why cryptocurrency? Yeah, that's a good question. What's your take on that?
Well, I already said it earlier that it was maybe a way to go around the regulation, and I think the popularity of crypto has risen, especially during the pandemic, when people didn't have anything else to do. And though some had money, but most of the people who didn't have had a hard time. But those who had didn't know where to invest their money in. And then crypto was fast rising, tokens, a lot of Ponzi schemes and everything. But those who are more stable, the crypto that were stable, were doing good. And that's why I personally, most of the people I know have invested in crypto during the pandemic. But yun nga, the problem is where will you use your crypto?
Right. Because you will just store it in a place and you don't know where and how. And yes, that's true. So I heard that we are using Bitcoin Cash for Paytaka. So
Yes.
why Bitcoin Cash?
Yeah, so
Let's go back to the history of Bitcoin Cash. What
yeah,
is Bitcoin Cash?
I would go as far as what's the point of cryptocurrency in the first place? Because I think that's very important to understand why we, or at least me, why I think that crypto is the future. And so why crypto? Because cryptocurrency is like the next evolution of money. So we should evolve money because there are problems simply because our current monetary system was not invented for the internet. It was invented before the internet. So the current money system, the money issued by governments, like they call it fiat currency, when you try to digitize it, it becomes there's a problem about being easy to inflate the supply, like because there's no like central control who's going to create new supply of that money. Even though the central bank is there, actually each bank, the moment you take a loan or whatever bank activity you do, they are creating a new supply of money. So the problem with that kind of system is the potential for hyperinflation or inflation. That's what we are experiencing now. Basically, one of the root causes of inflation is the money supply is increasing uncontrollably. And so the prices of goods are also increasing because you cannot just print money all you want. The prices will catch up eventually.
Is it not because of the war?
I think it's independent of the war. It's inflation has been happening since 1940, since after the World War II.
How about the Philippine elections? Not because of the Philippine election?
Yeah, I think there are other factors as well. Like the government is printing money to pay people to vote for them. Yeah, that's another. Yeah, But the root of that is you have a money system that can be manipulated by governments, by politicians, by banks. We need to change that. So we need a kind of money that cannot be inflated by any institution. So the money supply should be predictable, should be fixed, and that is achieved technologically using a technology called blockchain. And the first blockchain was developed to create a cryptocurrency called Bitcoin. And Bitcoin
is the father of all or mother of all cryptos.
Yeah, father or mother, depending on.
It's the root of all evil. The root of all cryptos.
Yeah. So we've gone all the way from barter to the use of metals like gold to silver. Or I don't know which one went first, silver or gold. But we went to paper money, and then now we have cryptocurrency, which is like the higher level of evolution of money. And it solves a lot of problem in money matters. So I'm not sure I can explain everything in this episode. For sure, we will discuss more things in other episodes.
We can go into detailed discussion of cryptocurrency, Professor Jomar. Maybe we can, I think Demi would like to
I think I haven't answered directly yung why crypto.
Yeah.
I'd like to answer that. Because we want to, why we are using crypto in Paytaka specifically.
Yes, why crypto? Why change the model from e-money to crypto?
Yeah, because we believe superior money will replace the inferior money. Eventually, just like email, snail mail and email. Even if you are a die-hard fan of snail mail because you like writing, eventually it will be replaced simply because email is a superior technology.
Email is slowly being replaced by FB Messenger.
Exactly. So new better technologies, they replace, and everything evolves, and we have to accept that. And Paytaka is trying to be in sync with that. So old money will go away, new money will come. We want to be one of the pioneers, at least in our country or in many other countries. We want to be the pioneer in this transition to new money. It will happen regardless if you like it or not. The world will transition to cryptocurrency.
I read somewhere that there are like 20,000 cryptocurrencies.
That's true.
And Demi was asking earlier,
so,
why Bitcoin Cash of all? Why not Bitcoin? Why did we think of using Bitcoin?
Yeah, as I mentioned, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Yeah. And unfortunately or fortunately, depending on which side you are, for me, unfortunately, Bitcoin has become unusable for what it was originally intended to be. So Bitcoin was originally intended to be a payment system, an easy way to transfer value from one person to another without intermediaries, without banks, without governments. So imagine the possibilities, like somebody from the Philippines sending whatever amount you have to the other side of the globe in seconds, and without producing any document to identify yourself or the recipient. It just works. That was the original Bitcoin when it was created. So unfortunately, along the way, Bitcoin has changed from being a medium of exchange to something like a digital store of value. They call it digital gold. So it became artificially difficult to transfer small amounts, or like if you want to buy your groceries or your coffee, you cannot do that with Bitcoin anymore because of high transaction fees. That's one. And also it's impractical for daily commerce.
Yeah, you can't use gold to pay for coffee.
Yeah, in the same way you can't use Bitcoin to pay for coffee. Yeah. It's like they call it the digital version of gold. It's okay. I have no hard opposition for people who want to use Bitcoin for whatever they want. But then we should still have the the kind of cryptocurrency that allows us to use it for everyday payments, because that was the intention in the beginning. And so there was a point in the history of Bitcoin that the community was split. There was a split in the community because there was one part of the community who believes we should have the original purpose of Bitcoin in place. And there's another part of the community who thinks that no, we should try to steer Bitcoin to a digital gold narrative. And maybe at some point it will go back to its original, but we're not hoping for that. And so there's this part of the community who believes in peer-to-peer cash. That's what it's called. They created Bitcoin Cash, and so Bitcoin Cash was born. It's 5 years ago, actually. So yesterday we just celebrated
the anniversary.
So
Happy anniversary, Bitcoin Cash.
Happy anniversary.
We gave away prizes, right?
Yeah.
We gave away Bitcoin Cash to lucky Twitter users.
Yeah, we had a raffle draw contest.
Yes, bigger than what was supposed to be given.
Exciting. So now that you are launching, what are your future plans?
Well, basically now, we got you, of course, our brand ambassadors. We got
You're
our
part of
brand
the plan.
ambassadors, so you will serve as our coach and teach other people about Bitcoin Cash and about the e-wallet, our Paitaka wallet. So basically, one of the plans is to relaunch it and introduce cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin Cash, to more users, from users to merchants. We'll go back to our original plan of introducing the wallet to a lot of people, especially in the region, and then slowly and surely we'll go nationwide and then hopefully globally, which we are already doing right now.
Yeah.
So we have around a couple of hundred users already. We launched silently. We already launched the wallet within the community, the Bitcoin Cash community. And yesterday we were talking, Jomar and I were talking, and then we checked the user base. Some are from...
Yeah, it's from different parts of the world. Mostly from the Philippines now, but we are having users as well from Indonesia, from the US, from India, from Nigeria. We have a number of users from Nigeria. Many African countries. South Korea as well. Thailand, also Vietnam. Yeah, so it's we have users from different parts of the world. And although eventually we will be focusing our marketing, like grassroots marketing in the Philippines, but the wallet itself is usable by anyone in the world who uses Bitcoin Cash. So,
especially when we introduce remittances, we will introduce it to the OFW community. So instead of paying high fees in transferring money, they simply use Paitaka, the Paitaka wallet. They can buy Bitcoin Cash anywhere from agents who sell Bitcoin Cash, and they send it through the wallet, instantaneous, and then very, very small fee, as in you won't even feel it.
I'll add that in the Philippines we have I should say like unique position, because in the crypto space, because there are so many people here who earn crypto already. So like from games, NFT games, Axie Infinity, and many such play to earn games. And I think I was discussing this with Aaron also that I think we should focus on that part of the market first, because they already have crypto, and these people, if they have the means to spend crypto, I believe they will, because it will save them the hassle of sending these coins to an exchange, and then cashing it out, converting to pesos, and sending to their bank accounts. So we would like to cut that process. Just convert one step to Bitcoin Cash, send it to Paitaka. And then, of course, we have to have in place our network of merchants. So that's very critical for us to achieve that scenario where people who earn crypto can spend these spend their crypto easily by converting to Bitcoin Cash. And that's I think that's the market is there, and it's the easiest to reach because they already are familiar with crypto. And the next level to that, like the next bigger target is remittances. Like there are a lot of adoption campaigns all over the world to push for the use of Bitcoin Cash, and there are teams that onboard merchants like almost on a daily basis, to the point that BCH is the most used crypto in the whole world in terms of commerce, actual commerce. But it's been identified by many people who do this kind of work that when you onboard merchants, it's actually it's a difficult part. It's a difficult thing to accomplish. But if you don't have users who actually have Bitcoin Cash to spend, they will just drop off after some time, the merchants. Because what's the point? Diba? You accept Bitcoin Cash in your store, but only a few people are coming to pay, or at some point, no one is coming to pay. So it just dies out eventually. So the thing that we are trying out in Paytaka is to make sure that the other side, so there's a supply and demand side, right? To make sure that the demand side is addressed. To make sure that there is a constant stream of people who are spending in Bitcoin Cash. So yeah, a lot of it's a big challenge, but we believe that with the team, with Aaron, and the amazing team we are assembling here, and the amazing technology we are building, we'll be able to get to that point.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you'd like to
Maybe we can reserve it for the next episode.
Yes.
Yeah,
We've been discussing a lot for this episode, and I think it's a good start. At least we
It's
introduced
very informative.
Yeah, we introduced cryptocurrency, we introduced you, we introduced the wallet. But let's invite them to download the app.
Alright guys, so since I'm the brand ambassadress of Paytaka, I'm inviting you to please download Paytaka in Chrome Web Store, Google Play, or Apple App Store.
Yes.
Yes, and you only need to search for Paytaka and then click download.
Yeah. The Apple App Store is not out yet for the public.
Okay, I'm so
it's already
excited.
there. Yeah, you're so excited, just like any
I'm sure
many in the
everyone else is
community. Yes. Yeah, it will be released at some point in the coming months.
So we'll keep you posted. For all of the Apple users out there, we'll keep you posted when you can download Paytaka in Apple App Store.
All right. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you so much for that informative talk, and we're looking forward for you guys to catch our next episode, episode 2, for
See you.
Paytaka Talks. Thank you.
Bye-bye.